Hello again. At first this was going to be a video. Well, I decided I was going to do a video on the roles in Tomb Raider, but it's quite lengthy and it's quite boring. So the very quick gist of roles in Tomb Raider is left roll. Just to be quick about it, a left roll like this. Lara loses the hitbox on her feet and it becomes square after halfway through the roll. The back roll is Lara keeps her hitbox, but it jumps up higher. As you can see, it's about as high as her belly when she does it. That's how high a hitbox goes, and she loses the hitbox. Well, she doesn't lose it, but it gets pushed up to her belly, which is why we normally use it to climb, or it's very useful for getting out of bounds because it makes a hitbox slightly smaller as well. A right roll so far is the worthless roll in the game. I've not found a single good use for a right roll. It's basically just a left roll, but it keeps the bottom of the hitbox, so it's not really amazing. Now, normally we've normally said that a front roll is also quite useless, but I was playing around with the idea of front rolling the other day and found something quite strange with it. Front rolling is basically the opposite. Well, it's obviously front rolling is the opposite of a back roll, but it's basically the opposite in terms of how the hitbox work. As you know, well, as I've just said, when you backflip, or backwards handspring, sorry, not backflip, Lara keeps her hitbox at the top, and it basically pushes the bottom of her hitbox up, so it makes it relatively small. The same is it's the exact same with front rolling. I'll just push down. Hang on. There you go. I can't. Stuck in the wall. I wish there was a hitbox here to push me down. I'll just try and get an airwalk off here to explain it. Hang on a second. It's a back roll normally likes to push you up, unless of course the surface is slanted down, in which Lara will always get pushed down. But a back roll, a backward handspring, sorry, not a back roll, generally likes to push you up, which is why we use it to get up. In situations like this, which is where the Lara's obstructed, it kind of likes to, it hits the roof and pushes Lara back down again. But a front roll removes the bottom of a hitbox, and if you can see, when she's front rolling, she's kind of small. She's like she's crouched, is how I would like. It is an easy way to explain it. It's like she's crouched. She loses all of her hitbox at the top and keeps it at the bottom. Now, in that situation, there's really no use for it there. But where I have found it to be weird and slightly useful is over here, and on various other levels. If you come up at this corner, this starts to push you up very slowly, which is probably why this trick won't be used in the run. But you will eventually hit a ceiling, an invisible ceiling to this. It will take a while, so, but you'll eventually hit this. There you go. I've hit this ceiling. Oh no, maybe not. I guess the camera just likes to freak out. But okay, here you go. You hit this ceiling. Lara will not go any higher, no matter what you do. If you keep walking into it, she won't go any higher. You've hit this ceiling here. But if you front roll, it acts as if she's crouched, and it continuously pushes you up until you reach the ceiling. As you can see, I'm not in the ceiling now, but I'm as high as you could go being crouched. Sadly, that's the only real use is I've found is it can make your hitbox as small as a crouch, and you can go high using it. I've not found a way to get out of bounds. So far I haven't found a situation or a place where being this small would be helpful to go out of bounds, but I've been looking. The only thing I have found, and there's an invisible wall, the only thing I have found with it is there is a way to skip the cutscene which spawns the dogs there with front rolling. Normally we would just run straight out, and it's still going to be faster to run straight out. But if you get a little, I think I might need a little bit more height just to be on the safe side. As long as you're in line with this line on the wall here, I'm going to assume this will, nah, maybe I'm not. Anyway, we'll see. You can front roll past here. Nope, I wasn't high enough. I thought I might not have been. You can front roll past this cinematic. It's not, sadly, and it's really sad. There's no used to doing this. It's not faster. It's not. I guess it stops the dogs from killing you because the dogs kill run. The dogs are murderer of runs, but there's no real use to it apart from the fact that it skips a cutscene. But if there was a way to get higher faster, it would be quite useful. Sadly, there isn't. But it's just one oddity I've found with rolling. A lot of people before didn't really think of the fact that front rolls were useful in any sense. But now that we know that when you front roll, it makes Lara act as if she is crouched. There might be other places in the run where this is useful. One good place I can think of it where it's useful is the previous skip I've shown. Not skip, the previous optimization I've shown in the Midas level, where you have to grab onto that ledge. Front rolling makes Lara act as if she's crouched, which obviously when she's crouched she likes to grab ledges. So it does help there. But as you've just seen there, I've skipped the cutscene. There's no dogs or anything. Sadly, that's all it does. It takes, I'm going to say it takes a lot longer to get on there, get up there, get an airwalk, go into that corner, and then skip the cutscene than it would be to just slide down, jump on there, and airwalk back up there. It also doesn't help you get out of bounds faster. You can get higher slightly here, but this is basically it as far as it goes. We are still going to have to use the room in there to go out of bounds. You can also use this pillar, but as I said with the before with that corner, it is very slow. As you can see, Lara takes probably about a year to actually get to the very top of this pillar. So it really doesn't. I wish it would stop aiming at that. It really doesn't have much use yet. But if there's anywhere in the run where having a smaller hitbox to miss a trigger might help, or having a smaller hitbox to go underneath something might help, then front rolling is really useful. As you can see, I'm now high enough to go out of bounds, I think, so just no, I'm not high enough. Oh, I'm still not high enough. I did say it took years. But for now, there's no real other use to it than skipping past that trigger because your hitbox is lower and getting to ceilings. Which is quite sad because it's quite a nice idea to be able to be crouching and get lower to then push yourself out of the ground and go out of bounds. But I haven't found an area where that's usable yet. So that's this video for now. Basically it's just to show off that you can skip the cutscene here. It does not save time. And front rolls, there are a lot of places in the run you can use them to get slightly higher than you normally would, but so far I haven't found a place where I've gone, if I was slightly higher I could have done that. I haven't found that yet. So if anybody does find anything or has an idea with where this could be useful, where it might be able to push you out of bounds by using a front roll into something and having the top of the level push you down like you saw in the corner over there, then that would be amazingly useful for the run. But if not, then for now it's just quite useless. Anyway, that's the video on front rolling and the trigger skip there. Until next time when I find something else out. See you later.